shot. They score! They score! Bernardo Fords.
And good evening and welcome to USL Soccer tonight here from Clipper Magazine Stadium in the heart of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's Toronto FC 2-5-2, going up against Harrisburg City FC at 3-5-1. Good evening, I'm Gary Sutton. Charlie Giroux will be joining me in just a few minutes. But as we look at this game tonight, first of all, you'll notice something we haven't seen in a long time, the sun. It's out here tonight. It's a gorgeous night for soccer here at Clipper Magazine Stadium as we're ready to get underway in just a few moments. A big breeze blowing here tonight from right to left as you look at your screen, so that will be a factor in the game tonight somewhat. But it's an interesting night because after this game tonight, we'll have finished 1/3 of the season so far. And City FC has a big chance tonight to move into 8th place, which in this league means an awful lot, although we have a long way to go because 8th place is the 8th team into the playoffs. We look at a Toronto team coming in here tonight that has been 1-5 in their last 6 games. Raheem Edwards is their leading scorer with 4 goals, but he's not here tonight. In fact, when they lost to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds the other night 2-1, he was on the bench but did not play. He was available in that game. Another notable absence in this game tonight will be Jose Barril, who has been so tough and so effective for City FC because of accumulated yellow cards. He will not be in the lineup here tonight. You'll see Cardell Bembo in there instead, number 19. When you talk about Toronto, Malik Johnson is their next leading scorer with 2 goals, and he will be the guy to look at tonight, his number 56. On the other side, Paul Wilson has been dynamite, but also you got to talk about Aaron Wheeler had 2 goals in the last game, and Bobby Warshaw with 1 in the big win they had the other night here at Clipper Magazine Stadium over Bethlehem Steel. The starting lineups, let's take a look at them tonight. First of all, you can see the starting lineup there. It's going to be Wesley Charpie, Manella is there. Skylar Thomas has a goal this season so far. Quillen Roberts is the goalkeeper tonight. He's given up only 4 goals so far this season. On the other side, you see the normal lineup there again, except for Jose Barril in there. Paul Wilson with 9 points this season, 3 goals and 3 assists. And you see also Aaron Wheeler had 2 goals the other night in the first half. He has been part of what they've been looking at in terms of their offense. And Kiesel Broom back in there at the goal tonight. He gave up 1 goal the other night, which was a goal off the foot of Bulldogs. So really you can almost say he's given up no goals so far this season. We're just about ready to get this one underway. It's City Island, City FC going up against Toronto 2 here tonight. It's USL Soccer, and it's coming your way right here on Invicta. Back after this.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Welcome back to Clipper Magazine Stadium here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the downtown area, and we are ready to get this one underway in just a moment. I don't know, when you hear that national anthem, and you even hear "O Canada" tonight. Brian Kaiser, by the way, our public address announcer, singing "O Canada" tonight. Your hair stands up on the back of your neck, doesn't it, Charlie?
It has to, especially when you hear a young belter like that. She was terrific.
You just did a great job down there, and you got a little bit of youth involved tonight, a little older folk, and hey, we are ready on a gorgeous night here. This stadium is wrapped in sunshine this evening, about 82 degrees here at game time, and we are ready to see some great soccer here tonight. Charlie, a little different than 2 days ago. We were sitting here in rain, and it was pelting down, and, you know, little wind tonight. Little wind involved, that'll be a factor in the game, but sunshine and a wonderful night, and the pitch looks fantastic.
The pitch looks pitch perfect. It really is, Gary, as good a night as you could ever hope to have. These are considered prime conditions for soccer. A little bit of wind, and it seems to be gusting. That may have an effect at some point or another. Looks like it's coming out of the far left corner. But other than that, just a perfect night for soccer.
Well, you look here tonight, Toronto out here in red and white. You used to thinking about Toronto, you think about the Toronto Blue Jays in the blue, but tonight they're in red and white. Toronto 2, and they are the FC 2. Of course, Toronto 1, the Major League club. And then on the other side, the white and blue, they're familiar now to us, City FC. And City FC trying to move into 8th place tonight. And again, 8th place does have some meaning in this league because 8 teams from this division make the playoffs there. And there you see Bill Betcher and his staff over there getting all ready to go. I was talking to him before the match tonight, and he said, we looked pretty good the other night. He said, I hope you're going to see a lot better even tonight. And, of course, so we mentioned about Kiesel Broom is in the lineup tonight. Jose Barriel is not. Accumulated yellow cards. On the other side, you saw Jason Bent over there and his staff from Toronto FC2. Last year, nothing when the City FC played Toronto at home, and then they beat them 2-0 in Toronto, so a little bit there. Coming into this game, Toronto lost to Pittsburgh on Saturday night 2-1, and of course we saw the win here 2 nights ago, 3-1 that City had over Bethlehem Steel. So we are ready to get this one underway here, and we're looking forward to bringing you USL Soccer right here on Invicta.
Real opportunity tonight, Gary, for City FC. As you said, not only to move up in the standings, but to pick up 3 points. They come off a real solid win Sunday night. Toronto, meanwhile, struggling a little bit, 1-5 in their last 6.
1-5, and their leading scorer not here tonight. And we'll see Raheem Edwards is not even in the lineup tonight. So we'll see if they can make up for that lack of scoring. He has 4 goals this season, which ranks him 6th in the league so far. So he is not in the lineup here tonight. But as we said also, Jose Barriel, who has been absolute dynamite here lately, not in the lineup.
Who really made a lot of great plays on Sunday night and was really the spark plug behind the City FC effort on Sunday night. They're going to miss him tonight. That's the problem with those yellow cards, Gary. They accumulate.
You know what else? City, that was the first time they got 3 points in a month. And so, but they've been so close. And I think they've been playing some really great soccer. They just had a momentary letdown, and we're hoping to see that continue to lessen as we saw the other night. I thought they did a great job guarding the lead the other night when they got that 3-1 lead.
They did, Gary, and I think that was the key to their success, eliminating those mental errors and those little momentary lapses that can cost you dearly, particularly late in the game, which is when they've been giving up leads.
And one of the keys tonight also is going to be this weather. As the weather gets nicer, this team traditionally gets better. They start cold, not cold, but they start in cold weather. And I think they meld together as you have better days to play. And that's what we're starting to get here with an 82-degree day today. Man, this has been beautiful.
Gary, this is perfect. And I know you were cheating outside today while I was inside working, so you've had a chance to really enjoy it, my friend.
Well, I snuck off and got 18 in today. I went to a different kind of pitch today, and we had some fun with that. But here we have City now reversing the ball. Shane Johnson looking over near side for McLaws. McLaws looking there for Bulldog. Bulldog, the most unfortunate guy in the place today. And by the way, we want to mention what a great game he played the other night. And he had that own goal. And now you see Wilson getting kind of fooled. And now comes Kiesel Broom. Nice job, covered it up.
Nice through ball there on the quick tackle and immediate run.
Looked like Paul Wilson got fooled there for a minute. A little miscommunications. He dumped it off, and he dumped it off to a guy in red. And the other goal tonight, Quillen Roberts, the keeper for Toronto, has only given up 4 goals this season, and everyone's speaking very, very highly of him. This is a very young team here, Toronto.
Real opportunity, as we said earlier, Gary, for City FC tonight. And the real challenge is going to be, can they attack early? They did that very effectively on Sunday night, scored 2 quick goals.
Ball sent way downfield here and across the touchline. Will be brought back in on a throw-in by Liam Doyle. Just underway here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, a beautiful venue here. And I'll tell you what, they win too many more games here. They're going to maybe sneak over here every now and then. But and the fans turning out here tonight, we talked about it the other night, Charlie, is I think City is really trying to become a regional team here, which they should, because I think everyone in the Tri-City area here with York, Harrisburg, and Lancaster can come out and support this team. But they're really a fun team to watch. They're excellent soccer skills.
They are, and they've got some explosive moments, and here may come one.
Polduck trying to chase it down there, and it's going to kick sideline. Ball be thrown in on the side here by City FC.
Yeah, Lancaster really kind of the heart of soccer country in the mid-state, and so this is a very natural home away from home, if you will, for City FC. They play a number of games here, Gary, and it's a great pitch and a beautiful stadium.
Is anybody surprised with all the fields they have around Lancaster that they're probably the best field area here for teams? They're great in field hockey. They're great in soccer. Oh,
there was a great opportunity.
Good cross right there, and not able to hook up on his Wheeler, and you got a man down in the back, right on the end line. Wheeler in a collision. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see that again. Is that the keeper who is down there? No. Let's take a look. This is a great cross coming up. Right here it comes. Come down to the corner and watch this. Good cross right across the front, and there came Wheeler. And Wheeler actually looked like he might have been pushed from
I was
behind
going to say, Wheeler may have gotten shoved on that play because that was the opportunity. They clearly were looking for him, as they did the other night, trying to utilize that height advantage.
Nice touch by McLaws there, and then Wheeler gets nailed. And you see the other guy coming in from behind him. It was Skylar Thomas who took the hit there.
Yeah, he was taken out of the play.
Thomas, by the way, with a goal this season. He will be one of the guys trying to make up for that, can we say, dearth in goal scoring tonight with Raheem Edwards not here. I guess dearth is actually
I was
a
going
lot
to say, is that our
right?
first word for the night?
Well, it was a word probably used incorrectly. Kiesel Broom.
A little bit of a miss kick there.
There's a guy that has been played so well. Yeah, Justin Thomas.
Had a great night on Sunday against.
Two assists and an unbelievable defense. In fact, saved 1 goal.
Both ends of the pitch, he really made a difference.
See, Cardell Bembo tonight, who was starting earlier in the season, has not started the last few games. Look at this, Bembo.
And he's held. My goodness.
Are you going to get a penalty here? No. But he grabbed him from behind.
There's no question he was held.
And he was in the scoring area there. I thought maybe we were going to get our first penalty kick, but Bembo hurried it up and then just skied it.
I guess if you release fast enough, Gary, you don't get the whistle.
We see that in another sport, in basketball, a lot of time. You have to. It's become an art. You can hold it, but not let the referee see you're okay. Here it is, up to Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson did not score and did not get an assist the other night, but he is such an integral part of this offense. Here again.
City FC pressing the action here early, Gary, and that's what you want to see. They've had the opportunities in the last couple of games early on, and that's been the key to their success Sunday night and perhaps again here tonight.
There's Wheeler. City actually going in against the wind right now. So assuming that the wind stays the same way in the second half, you got that coming your way. This ball sent back to...
Really pressing the attack here.
Yep. Staying on it. There's Thomas again. Good reversal. Could have taken over to Warshaw. Warshaw had a goal the other night. Back to Johnson. Keeping the ball on the ground very nicely here against the wind. Swing it back again. It'll be Warshaw. And oh, man. Takedown there. And you can see a card coming up right there.
There's the card.
Yep. And a yellow card is going to be on Anthony Osorio. Take a look at this. This is just taking you down. And just undercutting him from behind. That's dangerous. So we saw it the other night. So Osorio's hit with the first yellow card of the game. I don't know if the yellow card is as bad as that music that comes up right away. Dun, 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 dun. What is that, the Dragnet theme?
Gary, you're dating yourself.
I know. For children of the 50s, right? Here goes, nice and high. Look, just over the top.
Beautiful ball.
Holduck has it alive in the corner, though. Wilson. Oh, looking for Johnson to head it. Not going to get it. There's Bembo.
There's a shot.
And Bembo again making a great move. Bembo, one more time. Look at Bembo. What a job. Oh, and then just Wilson says, oh, I had it. Boy, what a piece of footwork by Bembo, though, getting that almost assist.
Yeah, some tremendous play there, and unfortunately, Wilson leaned back just a little bit, lifted it over the bar.
Well, you can see the difference here, and that goal kick coming out, that was like an 80-yard kick down the field, and there again is another push-off from Osorio. Make that Malik Johnson instead. I said Osorio.
There's already a little bit of frustration on the Toronto side, Gary. You're beginning to see.
You know, I know it's early in the contest tonight, Charlie, but what's really interesting, I think you're starting to see City Island really hook up. I mean, the rhythm between the passes and the gelling amongst the team, you can really see a difference.
You hit the nail on the head there. It's really been, in the last couple of weeks, a tremendous difference. I'll let you take it.
Down goes Johnson. He's holding the leg. And that would be not a good loss. Johnson holding his knee out there. He was taken down. Ball being carried middle of the field by Toronto. Over to Johnson. Johnson, the leading
And he's
scorer.
still not out.
Nope.
Why don't they blow a whistle here?
You can see Quillen Roberts coming out, the goalkeeper, checking on Johnson. Now you're going to get a stoppage play. And that's Bembo, not Johnson. Bembo down. Bembo and Johnson, both from Jamaica. They were number 10, Johnson, and or Wilson rather, Paul Wilson, forgive me. And Cardell Bembo. Here's Bembo being taken down right there. This looked like he just kind of got caught up on ankles with Wesley Sharpie. Nothing malicious there.
Ordinarily, they'll just give you a little side out on that.
The ball's going to be taken down to Broom. He'll get a goal kick out. Kicks out to Shane Johnson. Now they'll mount the attack again. Notice everything tonight coming into the win here, pretty much on the ground. Take it back to Broom. Warshaw kicks it across the line there. Actually, it's going to go off red, so it'll remain with City FC. Johnson will throw it in.
Bobby Warshaw, one of several local products that play for City FC, and as a team that's trying to create a regional presence, they've drawn on a lot of regional players, and so some of the stars of this Harrisburg side.
That Warshaw Mechanicsburg High School grad. There's a good lead here, and Bembo trying to get out ahead right there. Bembo and Wilson both down there. Call them along with Foster, the Jamaican connection. Back it goes to Broom. Broom with a long high kick. Not gonna. You see Wilson just kind of give lip service there and jumping up, maybe head service, I should say, because he's not going to get it. The guy behind him was 6'2".
It's got it by almost a foot. You know who's going to win that contest for the head ball.
You'd be amazed how tall Wilson and Bembo are not. They're small guys, but I'll tell you what, like gnats out there, just weaving in and out of people.
They are certainly a presence. They may not be the biggest in stature, but they have a very, very large presence on the field.
Big in heart, big in skill. You know, look at these two teams coming in here tonight. As far as the scoring, and for City starting to round into a better scoring look. They've got 14 goals for the season, have given up 16 so far. On the other side, you've got Toronto, only 9 goals scored so far this season. And again, 4 of those by a guy that's not here tonight, and 14 against them. But only 4 given up here by Quillen Roberts, who's in the goal tonight. Here goes Bolduc. Bolduc working that outside. Bolduc gets a little bit of an angle. Got about a half step ahead here. Bolduc gets the center and just a little too far across.
Across there, but played it well. Long run for Bolduc and looking for somebody coming in from the other wing. Good opportunity there.
Great change of pace coming down there for Bolduc. That bought him that extra half step there for a moment. Just maybe rushed a little bit at the end. So easy for us to say that up here, and they're down there, and you got a lot of friends when you have the ball in your foot. There's McLaws. Back to Bolduc. Back out to Doyle. Doyle's such a rock back there. What a presence. Courtesy of Scotland and The Ohio State University. Good swing by Warshaw. We talked about that local presence. We also talked about Danny DePrima, who did not start tonight, from Dillsburg over there at Northern High School.
Started on the FC side Sunday night, played exceptionally well, has been troubled by some injuries through the seasons past, and got knocked around a little bit on Sunday night, but played very, very well.
So the ball will go across the touchline here. 13-10 into this one, and 0-0. And Toronto sends this one out. Doyle's going to get a chance at heading it there. Chasing it down near side will be McLaws. Back to Warshaw. Warshaw to midfield. Probably Warshaw, one of the fan favorites here. Spent the last 3 years in Europe as a part of several different leagues. And while he was at Mechanicsburg, Warshaw was named Gatorade Player of the Year and was named the Pennsylvania Soccer Coaches Association Player of the Year. So
Had a great career at Mechanicsburg and
Wow.
then went on to play, as we said, at this somewhat academically challenged Stanford University. We were joking about that the other
Been
night.
beating that Stanford up. Of course,
Obviously a very bright guy.
oh, nice job there. You see Warshaw sliding on that one, trying to get it. Ball taken in midfield there by Luca Uccello. And you don't feel the connectivity, if you will, among Toronto just yet here in terms of their offense. You see a real plan here with Harrisburg, with City.
They've put together 2 very good game plans here at Clipper Stadium for the last couple of matches, and they've shown. I mean, they are on the attack, controlling the action. Haven't had quite the scoring opportunities they would like yet, but they will come.
Looking for a through here. Just kind of breaking it down. I like, and again, into the wind here, keeping the ball pretty much on the ground, and McLaw is trying to handle it. Right back on a good through. See Josh Hughes sliding through there. Johnson up there again. And Toronto comes motoring out of there with it on the foot of Malik Johnson. Malik Johnson could be a very dangerous scorer. Taking it to the outside, trying to chase it down over there is Wesley Sharpie. And the ball go across the line and belong to City FC. A nice crowd rolling in here. You look at the upper decks tonight where the suites are.
They're packed.
They are packed. They're looking great. And nice rollout here tonight by the people in Lancaster. Out here in the outfield, you've got all kinds of wonderful places to sit. And you just see as we pan it there, good numbers here at the stadium tonight.
Down left field line for baseball. A lot of fans there enjoying the sun, and really a beautiful evening here in Lancaster, PA.
For those of you watching elsewhere around the country, this is the home of the Lancaster Barnstormers baseball team. Been a very successful franchise here in the Atlantic League for a number of years. There's a stadium in York where I come from, and that is like the sister stadium to this, and they're almost the same. York being a little bit different in the sense that they've got a wall out in left field, big green wall that's some 3 feet higher than Fenway Park's green wall. Little notoriety.
The really big green monster.
Really. One thing they don't have there is they don't have seats up on the top like they have in Boston, or should I say Boston. So the ball taken there by Quillen Roberts.
Number of fans enjoying what would be the outfield turf here. Little hillside behind what would be left center field ordinarily for baseball, Gary, and taking up the action here on the pitch.
Well, they're just out there sitting still in amazement from the other night that the sun is out. No one in central Pennsylvania has seen the sun in some time. Bembo. Oh, and you got a dangerous situation coming right here. Straight ahead.
Good through ball.
Oh, and there it is.
Save it.
And it was dangerous and looked bad the whole way through.
A lot of breakdown on that, Gary.
Yep. Bembo had like a moment there. It looked like he just didn't quite know where it was going to go. And you can see it coming up here. This was bad the whole way. And then going right on in is Hundal, the forward, with his goal. So Sean Hundal, and they didn't get a lot of opportunities yet, but they get the score right here. So a breakdown there by Harrisburg, and that's one of the things we've talked about, is just those moments of indecision.
And that's exactly what that was. You don't want to put blame on particular players, but there was a serious breakdown on the back line and on the part of the keeper on that. You can't let that happen.
So now Harrisburg doing something they've not had to do in the last few games, which is play from behind. They have been on the lead, and that's been one of the secrets to a little bit of their success with the tie and also with the win the other night. And crossing the line here from McLaws. So the ball be brought in there by Toronto. Anthony Osorio doing the honors. Finds his man inside there, who is Brian James. Back to Osorio. You know, if your team has had a tough time here, as Toronto has lately, on the road, getting a 1-0 lead or 1-0 lead, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself, because you haven't necessarily had a great plan here so far, and yet the one opportunity you got, you nailed. Forgive me. And they did not give a goal. Forgive me. We were wrong on that. It was offside. So corrected by Chad Edwards down there. So thank you for correcting us, Chad, and very happy to hear that news. We could have looked up there and I'd have seen it, but yeah. Chad Edwards, by the way, our producer tonight, one of the great soccer fans anywhere around, a pretty good soccer player in his own right. So 18:59 into this one, and the goal not on the board, so we correct ourselves and we apologize for that, but goal not on the board. I guess if we'd have looked up at the board and seen nothing, it might have dawned on us that he did not score, but again, it was offsides. There you see the difference in playing against the wind right now. I mean, right there, Broom's kick out of there. That ball at one time was out over the midfield stripe, and by the time it came down, it was about 20 yards inside it.
And as we said earlier, Gary, it's gusting, and that does tend to put a little bit of a difference on the ball.
And there's Bolduck, Matthew Bolduck. Nice job waiting for McLaws. Good patience there. Back on through to Wheeler. It's going to go off his foot and be picked up there by Roberts. No harm done. Ball out near side. Back over to Roberts. That could get a little dangerous now and then when you're doing that, especially with this wind blowing around right now as it is. Ball being carried downfield here nicely. And they're going to go push as Brian James taken down there. And the foul's going to be on Josh Hughes, number 7. So you get a restart here with Brian James, and now it's going to be hopping in there, Chris Manella. Get into the game through the USL social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live games, updates, and video highlights from across the league. There you go. Good, high, arcing kick. Going to be across the end line and out. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. So 21 minutes into this one, no score. We had a near score a little bit ago and was called back because of offsides. And now here they come again. Johnson following that one down and took it right off to there to Kiesel Broom. And I think we were correct in saying there have not been any shots really on goal yet.
I was just wondering that, Gary.
Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. And also, play Escape to Margaritaville, the new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And here you go, right across the front again, and we'll get some good crosses there, just not any shots on goal.
Those are the crosses they're looking for, and they're looking for the head of the big guy up front.
Aaron Wheeler, that worked well for him the other night. He had one headshot in there and the other one on a running goal off the left foot. Toronto, for the most part here in the first half, has been back on their heels.
City FC controlling most of the action, but as you mentioned, I don't believe there have been any shots on goal yet, and that's obviously
lots of good concepts that may lead to that later on as they're trying to break down the defense, but no shots on goal. We've seen 3 great crosses in front of the net. Ball brought back to the near side here for Anthony Osorio. Osorio will take it back out to Skylar Thomas. Thomas reverses far side. Aiden Daniels. A lot of room here to run. Nice job there by Doyle. Doyle to Wilson. Wilson pushes it off. It's going to be stolen there. Malik Johnson has it. Johnson will swing it back out. Good defense there by McLaws. And also Paul Wilson. And right back to the middle on the foot of Aiden Daniels. He swings it far side. You see Toronto here starting to get a little bit more organization offensively. Now look at that. There's the problem they have. The ball being kicked. Now you got to plan for the win. So I'm not sure which is better in this situation, with or for. obviously in the goal kicks, you're going to get good field position right away.
That one took off. You could see it. As it lofted, it took off.
At least in the win, you feel like you're controlling it a little bit more. You can play it. And here's the ball laying out there. Bembo looks like he took one in the face. Guy come up with a foot there, and Bembo reaching down his face.
He's got Bembo's got knocked around a little bit tonight. He's back in the action now.
Yeah, he has. He's I see Craig Foster sitting on the end of the bench tonight. He is available, obviously, for this one. Craig Foster, who has 3 goals this season so far. Did not see any time in the last game. Did in the game before. And of course, we saw him. He had the tough luck of the night, missing the tying goal against Charleston. So the ball taken far side here for Toronto. Pushing back to the middle. Oh, Wilson's got it free. Wilson lets it go and has it.
He hits the net. What a laser beam bullet. And just beat the keeper.
Unassisted, Paul Wilson, about a 30-yard shot. And he saw it right away. That's quick thinking. He saw the keeper out, and he just drilled it right over his head. We saw him do that on the goal the other week where he came up and the keeper came out and he chipped it up over him. This time, no chip.
Realized he had the angle and just put it on a rope.
Look at this. And here comes Wilson. Look at it. He sees it right now. Boom. Right over the stretched hands of Roberts. And on the board again first, City FC as Paul Wilson, Jamaica. City FC puts yet another goal in, his 4th of the season. We said the other night, Paul Wilson is a guy like a goal waiting to happen all the time.
We've been talking about accumulating shots for the promo reel, a highlight reel at the end of the season, Gary. That's one that's going to be on there. Just a beautiful shot.
He just keeps doing it all the time, doesn't he? Paul Wilson, with his 14th shot on goal this season, has now 4 goals and 3 assists for the season. And he has been dynamite. So once again, City on top of it here, and let's see if they keep that momentum going. Again, playing into the wind here in the first half, and we said it's not necessarily a bonus playing with the wind on the second half, although this team is such a good passing team on the ground.
They've kept the ball on the ground, which is important, Gary. They've used the short passing game very effectively tonight. They've rotated around the ball very effectively, and they've had some opportunities. I believe that Wilson's goal was the first shot that they've actually had. So
I think you're right. Made the most of it. And you see the next home game for Toronto, Sunday, May 29th versus the Wilmington Hammerheads. That's 7:30 p.m. at Ontario Soccer Center. We will not be there. That's a little bit of a road trip for us.
You know, it's a shame, Gary, because there is probably not a better city in the country than Charleston, South Carolina. And a little bit of golf down there as well.
Well, that'll be the next home. That'll be the next away game, obviously, for City coming up. Charleston, South Carolina, beautiful place. There's another place in South Carolina. It's a beautiful place if you like golf, Myrtle Beach.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. You've heard they have a golf course there about every 10 steps you take. And the next home game coming up, it's going to be a little ways from now, June 24th against FC Montreal, 7 o'clock at FMB Field.
Montreal has really struggled this season and still in the cellar of the USL.
Yep.
One of the teams just ahead of them, though, made a big breakthrough this weekend with the acquisition of a new coach, our old friend Dave Brandt from Messiah College and the Naval Academy more recently. A guy who's really, in many respects, Gary, revolutionized the college soccer game. Has changed its the way it's played and the aggressiveness and the attack, kind of his own out at Pittsburgh. Now, here's another.
Doyle to Bembo. Bembo, look at the move. Bembo with another chance to cross here. Oh, he had Wilson right in the middle. A good defense there by Toronto.
He had the idea.
You know, the thing you like about the guys like Bembo and Wilson and Jose Barrio, who's not here tonight, is they don't take the first opportunity. They set up for the best opportunity. It's fun to watch them, you know, have that certain pace in the game, that little rhythm that's kind of an extra thing.
Great soccer minds. They really have terrific thinking about the game constantly and looking for the best opportunity. Another great shot, and look at that.
And Wheeler turns one in from about 25 yards out at the 28-44 mark. Wheeler turns and wheels one in.
Caught the back line sleeping there. I mean, he just turned, wheeled, and a left-footed shot right on target.
We saw him do that the other night, and he missed one. But you remember, he had his back to the goal. He turned around. And watch this. Has his back to the goal again, and then turns and just swings it right here. And just a shot, and Roberts never saw it coming. And I know from having been a goalkeeper myself, there's nothing tougher than seeing a guy that looks like he's not in a scoring position. All of a sudden, bam, it's by you before you even see it. Aaron Wheeler out of Baltimore, Maryland, with yet another goal. This is his third of the season, third in the last 2 games.
Very impressive.
So once again, on top 2-0 here. And once again, you want to make sure you stay on that pedal we talked about the other night.
But this is really reminiscent of the other night, Gary. A little bit of a run here for Toronto.
Here you are in the middle. You want to get right back on the defense and get that momentum back and keep it. Here comes Wilson.
But a little bit reminiscent of Sunday night, where City FC grabbed an early lead and was able to maintain it. Didn't really have a goal scored against them. The only goal that was put up on the other side was an own goal. So
that's exactly right. Ball sent down the far side. Going to be across the touchline. Be taken in there by Toronto as we hit the 30-minute mark here of the first half. 15 to go. And right now, it's all City FC. And I think you're just seeing a team melding together right now. It's really fun to watch them play.
It is so obvious to folks who have seen a couple of games, Gary, that that's exactly what's going on. Teams need to work together a little bit, congeal, work as a unit, make all the gears mesh, and City FC is doing that in a big way right now. A team that was a little bit disjointed earlier in the season, now really working very cohesively, both on the attack and on defense.
It's a great point, Charlie. I was sitting listening to Bill Betcher talking to some fans up here tonight, and it's amazing to listen to the enthusiasm he has when he talks. And analyzing the teams and where each individual is. I mean, he really has, as you expect him to, has a feel for this club that's pretty incredible.
Well, you've got to give a tip of the hat, a big tip of the hat to Coach Betcher, because an awful lot of what we just spoke of, Gary, is coaching.
That's right. And I'll tell you, watch these guys out here before the games, and you watch the discipline and the practice discipline that they have. It is really pretty exciting to watch.
And their game plan has worked both nights out here at Clipper Stadium. It really has, very effective.
Off to the corner again. Good move there to the middle. Oh, right across in front of Wilson. And Wilson thought maybe he got shoved down there for the moment. Official thought otherwise.
He was pleading his case.
Yep. That's one of those, maybe yesterday and maybe tomorrow, but not tonight.
But they've had a lot of good opportunities with nice crosses right in front of the goal mouth, and one of those is going to go in here sooner or later.
I think the defense here tonight, too, has been very much up in your face a little bit, if you can use a basketball metaphor.
They've marked much more effectively than they were doing earlier in the season, and even better than they were Sunday night. They've marked very closely and very tightly. Just one little opportunity there that went the other way.
Look at Bembo just running circles around the guy. It's pretty interesting. You translated that into soccerese so well. So 32 minutes into this, and actually in the 33rd minute now, we have a 2-0 game with City FC on top. And Toronto really has been playing defense literally almost the whole first half. Bembo. He thought Wilson had a pretty good look at that a while ago. I think I'll try a shot
I expected him to pull the trigger. I was just waiting for him to take it, and he did.
He lined that one up, and he, again, you know, that wind is so unpredictable up there tonight, and it seems like the ball's just shooting up on you a little bit as you kind of hit into it. It's kind of like hitting the 9-iron with a golf club, and it just kind of flails up into the air. There's Thomas. Just will kick it out and get his team time to get back defensively. Ball put back into play by Toronto. And Toronto, another team, you know, again, you talk about weather coming from the north, way north. A team that's probably a little bit behind where they want to be right now, and a young team as well. But Wilson just constantly putting the pressure on. You know he's there, and so you rush a little bit, I would think, as a player, knowing that that quickness is always right on your tail.
He's very disruptive to the other side, and that's what you want. I mean, he really, really makes things happen both with the ball and without.
There's Wheeler. Kicked off from Uccello. passing right here by Toronto, but it's harmless passing. It's not really making progress offensively at this point. There's Wilson to Bembo, back to Wilson. Reverses to Warshaw, back to Wilson again, and they're just playing a little pitch and catch right now. You can see this is planned stuff right here. Now they're going to swing, just probing the defense here for the moment. I mean, you're watching some really good stuff here from this team, trying to pick apart Toronto. Thomas doing a great job of marking back here. Look at the effort here by Thomas. I mean, Thomas just covered about 50 yards there in about 10 seconds.
And as we say, he has just been exceptional up and down the field.
There's Bembo to Warshaw. Warshaw leading out ahead. You got Wheeler. Can he beat him?
No flag on that.
And there's Wheeler going down, holding the knees. Saw Wheeler go down a bunch the other night. And then inside the Broom clears it out. The thing you're not seeing tonight, except for that one time when the offsides was called, is you're not seeing the moments of guys carrying the ball past the defense. Like you're seeing the defense meet the attack here as soon as they come across midfield. And here comes Wheeler. I got to tell you, there's probably not a game goes by we don't see Wheeler hobbling at some point in time. This guy, but when you're a big, tall guy, you're a big, tall target. Now,
He's walking it off. He's going to be all right, but he took a whack.
I'm not sure he didn't just get stretched out there pretty well. That's one of those where you can just kind of feel the groin muscles stretching in like a high jump. Almost looked like he scissored.
Prefer not to think about that much.
Yeah, me too. That's ouch. Here's Toronto trying to get on the attack, trying to find something here. It's going to work in the first half. Is taken there by Brian James all the way to the far side. Back to the middle it goes to Uccello. Uccello will swing it near side over to Anthony Osorio. We're in the 37th minute of the first half here. And there's Johnson. And Johnson getting stepped on by accident there. Warshaw reaching over, sportsmanlike, and double checking. Not just a bang play.
Another set piece here for Toronto, Gary. The last one, you remember, they swung that huge
apparently the Indy 500 being run out here behind us.
I wonder what that was, a huge cross that didn't connect, but let's see how they play this one.
Well, Johnson down on the field here, and you can see Warshaw going over to check on it. It's just he tripped over him. You watch this. There's Cardell Bembo trying to get the foot in there and get the ball away, and then you see Warshaw really the one that got him with the foot coming across right in the face there, but again he reached right back and said it was not on purpose by any means. So the ball be put back in play here by Manella on a set piece, a restart. And these are dangerous, especially with the wind behind him right now. That ball's going to get a few extra miles per hour. Here he goes. Nice chip. Oh, and a slip. Well, you get
couldn't quite turn it.
You get 3 for that in football, and in this sport, you get a goal kick. But you saw the slip by the defender that time, and he had a wide open look for a moment. I don't know. Watch this.
Didn't get a chance to get over the ball.
Nice chip shot there. Took a little something. Now you'll see the slip. Right there it is. He's open, and then he sees that he's open, but he kind of rushes into it. So here's Broom sending it out. Good long move there.
Yeah, that little bit of hesitation when he saw the opening caused him to lean back just a little bit. If he had followed through, he would have been over top of the ball. That would have been real trouble.
Well, they far side again, pushing the action is Thomas. Taking over to Hughes. Hughes going to swing it back to the middle. There's Bembo. Bembo thought about it. Said, no, I'll take it out back to Wilson. Give and go again. Bembo to Warshaw. Warshaw looking at McLaw's far side. Does he have him? Here comes McLaw's out in front, and it's going to be offsides. Get into the game through the USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. The USL League with 29 teams, the biggest soccer league in the country. And we're watching some really good pedigree
and
soccer.
Some great competition in these USL teams.
And I'll tell you, for all of you out there watching tonight, get out here and watch City FC, whether it's here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, as it's been for the last 2 games, or back up at FMB Field. I'll tell you what, you're missing out on one of the great franchises here in the area, and I think really one of the gems here of sports in the area.
A great side to watch, Gary, and just a great night of family entertainment anytime you're coming out to watch City FC.
And obviously, as the weather's getting better and better, much better chance to turn out. And as you said, Charlie, the family entertainment value is incredible.
Little carousel down there in the corner, and something for everybody, and some great soccer. There's a nice move.
What's that move? That was Bembo with just stop, turn around, pivot. It's called a 360, right?
Call it a spin dribble in basketball, Gary.
This ball swung to the far side here for Toronto as we now go into the 40th minute here of the first half. 2-0 right now, City FC, and there's Thomas again. Thomas just absolutely like a whirling dervish on that far side. He's everywhere. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. And keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. And with the new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery, you could win top prizes of $100,000 or a luxury trip package. Play Escape to Margaritaville today. Please play responsibly. It benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux with you up here on the deck in right center of beautiful Clipper Magazine Stadium, where right now it's a beautiful night for City FC so far as they are leading 2-0 in this one. This pitch tonight is absolutely flawless.
You couldn't ask for more. You couldn't ask for a better night, and the condition of the pitch is, as you say, absolutely perfect.
We were a little concerned about that one seam going to the outfield the other night, but I went down and looked at it tonight. It's only visual. It's really pure over there.
Yeah, it's the angle that we see it from, because I went down and took a peek at it too, and it's not there.
Hats off to the grounds crew here at Clipper Magazine for just an immaculate thing. And you mentioned it the other night, Charlie, how quickly they could turn this around from baseball to soccer. I mean, really a multi-use stadium.
And you're laying down a fair amount of sod to cover that infield from baseball on the far side of the pitch here, and you basically can't even tell.
No, you can't. There goes, this time another undercut. You're going to see a
Looks
card
like another
come
card
out here.
Yep.
Yep, the yellow card is going to come out here, and it's going to be, I believe, on James. And James is saying, I don't need any talk here. Official seeing it says, I beg to differ. Have a look at this. It has yellow on it. So Hughes goes down, but he's back up very quickly. And it's not a caution light.
Second yellow for Toronto tonight.
Exactly. We talked about how those yellow cards accumulate. Ask Jose Barrio, who's out tonight because of accumulated yellow cards so far this season. And that's a rule that the league has.
And it's a good rule.
I absolutely agree with you.
You shouldn't have to be getting the red. If you've accumulated enough yellow cards, there's a reason that you're collecting them, and there has to be some sanction for that. And I think it's a good rule that the league has, and it keeps the game a lot cleaner.
Here's Wheeler. Good job heading up. Bembo back across the middle. It's going to be taken there stolen back by Toronto. There's Wilson peeling back to get it. Gets it off to Hughes. Hughes to Wheeler. Wheeler just says, I'm going to test it a little bit. See if anybody's home. By the way, about not quite a mile from here is F&M, home of the Diplomats, Franklin and Marshall University, and one of my best friends in golf, also as a head coach there. The all-time leading coach in Division III basketball history, over 900 wins, is Glenn Robinson.
Been with the Dips forever and has been successful for every year he's been there. He always has winners.
46 years he's been there, and went over his 900th win this season, and they are a place, talk about pedigree for basketball. Franklin and Marshall, well known around the country.
Are you good this weekend?
And what a magnificent career he's had there. You think of Phelan down at Mount St. Mary's and Robinson here and a few others that have really been both in their records and in their coaching, but most of all in their development of men, such superstars.
Ball taken by Skylar Thomas over on the far side. Yeah, Lancaster is a really nice resort area too. I mean, you get out here and there's a lot to be said for visiting the Amish country here, the Deutsch, as they like to call them, or Pennsylvania Dutch. Coming up on the 44th minute now, so 1 minute of regulation play and then a little bit of stoppage play, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of stoppage tonight,
Not a
though,
ton.
Gary, because most of the down players were not stopped action, so I don't know that there's going to be a whole lot of stoppage.
Nick Wallace just clears it out of there nicely. We'll come across the touch line. This is not something you want to see as a guy carrying the ball for very long. Again, we talk about the end of the half where you sometimes just mentally sit back. I haven't seen that too much from FC lately. They got caught in that a little bit earlier in the season. I know when you talk to Coach Betcher, he talked about some of those little momentary lapses. Trying to get it out here to Johnson. Johnson making a move. There it is, high look, and that's nothing home. So 1 minute stoppage time, and we're going to play that, so we'll not be very long here. And we will be at the end of the first half. 2-0, and Kiesel Broom in no hurry to get this one off.
Very little stoppage time here, and City FC will take their time.
Tell you what, Broom's got some foot. That's into the wind.
He can boom it.
Whew. It's nice to watch how it comes out flat and then kind of gains the height. You know, you look at that and getting that foot in there behind. And you know, when you watch kickers in the NFL, in the college, and you wonder how do they do that, right there is that kind of kick where they're coming out flat and then it just gains the momentum and speed. So you don't want to sit back too much here. You see Hughes challenging there on the far side. Thomas comes up to mark. Good defense here, really clogging the middle right now, making them swing and take valuable moments here for Toronto, trying to get some kind of offense. And that'll be the end of the first half. And so at the end of the half, 2-0, City FC leads over Toronto FC 2. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have highlights, analysis, stats, all for you here on this USL soccer game tonight on Invicta. It's Harrisburg 2, Toronto FC 2 at the half here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Back with more right after this.
Harrisburg all stretched out to the middle. Back to broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Bernardo Fords.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Welcome back to Clipper Magazine Stadium. We're at the half, 2-0 here at the half. Harrisburg City Islanders, City FC, if you, whatever you want to call them, they're up 2-0 over Toronto FC 2. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here in the first half. And one of the highlights is one that, well, they said this was offsides. And you take a look at it again. Nice lead ahead. Thought it was a goal coming up from Sean Hundal.
You're allowed to break on the ball. I agree, Gary. I don't think he was offside. You're allowed to break on the pass, and it looked like he did. Like he was onside before the ball left the foot, and that he was going with the pass.
There's one of the best goals you see all season. At the 24:56 mark, Paul Wilson once again, just that moment, just a momentary look, and he sees the keeper come out. You saw him just take a glance there, and right over top of the outstretched hands of Quillen Roberts. And then the second goal, and this is one Wheeler never looks like he's going to score, and all of a sudden he turns and boom, just like that, and Roberts sees a shot going by him. We saw Wheeler pull that the other night and miss one, and tonight he hooks up. You see him being marked closely there by Skylar Thomas, and then Wheeler turns and hits his third goal in the last 2 games, so he is hot right now. And there you have your 2 goals in the first half and an almost goal, which really probably was a goal from Toronto, depending upon who you're looking at, but the guys with the striped shirts tonight, they said no.
And they are the ones that count.
And, yeah, yesterday it might have been a goal. Tomorrow it might be a goal. Tonight it's not. Sunday, May 29th, you see Toronto is going to be playing Wilmington Hammerheads FC. That's 7:30 p.m. at the Ontario Soccer Center. And, of course, then the next game coming up now for City FC is at home. The next game at home is going to be Tuesday, June 24th versus Montreal, FC Montreal. 7:00 p.m. at FMB Field. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with statistics a little bit later on here as we continue our halftime. It's 2-0 at the half. City FC up on Toronto FC 2. Back after this.
Stretched out to the middle, back to broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Bernardo Fords.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free homeownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of homeownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
And the merry-go-round goes round and round here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, as you see a lot of young folk having a good time tonight, riding the merry-go-round out in front of it and waving to the cameras. And it's a good night if you're City FC, and you see the halftime stats reflect exactly that, the top number being 2-0 in goals. Corner kicks, none in this game so far. And shots, man, they accumulated quickly at the end of the half there, Charlie. 6 for FC. And, of course, on the other side, you had Toronto with just 1 the whole first half. Yellow cards, 2 against Toronto, none against Harrisburg tonight. Flawless in that category, and no red cards in the game at all. Getting ready to start the second half here. Charlie, get inside the minds here of both coaches right now. What are you saying if you're Toronto here to start the second half?
Coach Betcher has to be very pleased with the play of his side. They did exactly what he wanted in his game plan. They've pressed the action. They've controlled the game. The 2-0 score reflects what they've done.
On the other side, if you're Toronto right now and you're looking at, what do we do wrong in the first half? Well, they were never able to really mount any kind of offense, as the one shot shows. You got to think they're going to look to do a little bit more connecting here in the second half with shorter passes, much as we saw City FC do in the first half, keeping it on the ground into the wind. And they are going into the wind here to start the second half. The wind will be obviously on the other side, right to left on your screen with City FC.
That's really what they're going to have to do, Gary, is utilize the short passing game a little bit more effectively and mount an attack. They've had some little opportunities here and there, a couple of challenges, but nothing sustained, and that's the way you score goals.
So we'll see what Jason Bett and his charges came up with here to start the second half as we are underway. Ball will go back to the middle here to Wilson. Wilson, who had a fabulous goal in the first half, his 4th on the season. And, of course, Wheeler continues to be hot, 3 in the last 2 games.
The little guy has been impressive tonight, and Wheeler, the big man in the middle, has been an effective scoring machine for City FC.
And there's a guy who's Mr. Everything right there. Sending it on down near side. That's Thomas. And we both commented on how he's been playing the entire time here, especially in the last 2 games. The other night he was dynamite with those 2 assists.
Gives new meaning to the phrase position interchange. He runs that touch line so effectively from one end to the other and figures into play both on defense and on the offense.
So the ball's going to be sent out of here by Quillen Roberts. Quillen Roberts had only given up 2 or 4 goals coming into this game tonight, and he's given up 2 here this evening so far, and both have been quality goals. Look at this.
Some very good strikes by the Harrisburg side tonight.
You see Wilson anticipate. He knew exactly where that pass was coming. There's Bembo. And Bembo trying to get by. Bembo with that great footwork again, but taken away nicely this time by Toronto. And kicked out of there very quickly by Mitchell Taintor.
4 defenders in the box that time, all marking up on Benbow.
And look out here. Dangerous moment. Good job by Shane Johnson of booting away at the last second. And that was a guy I'd almost had in the first half with Hundal. In fact, you saw the replay, might well have not been offsides. There's a ball to the near side to Wesley Sharpie. Back to the middle. Warshaw gets a foot on it. Good job there marking in the middle is Hughes. Hughes just staying down there with it. Hughes keeps it locked up for a moment. And sent back to the far side by Adrian Daniels. Long, high kick across. When you look at Broom in the goal the last 2 nights, he could be a witness protection right now for the most part. I mean,
really hasn't been challenged.
Hasn't really had to take one on yet. So it's going to be interesting when he does. Ball off to the far side. Now you look at the flag up there, it's lying limp now, but we feel some wind up here on the deck, so it still is gusty, and you could hear it in the background. Ball comes near side to Taintor.
That's the thing, it has gusted, and you would expect it as the sun goes down over the center field wall there, Gary, that it's going to pick up a little bit, but it hasn't. It's still just gusting from time to time, but when it does pick up, it's got a little velocity to it.
What you've seen tonight from City FC defensively is you're seeing a lot of this, a lot of passing on the periphery, but nothing really hard into the middle at all. That defense in the middle has been very, very good.
Very effective.
And there's Wilson.
If he wants to dance with him, look at grief.
Wilson gets it back over there to Bembo. Bembo carrying it. Bembo with a quick pass, trying to get Wilson on the through. Doesn't do it. Doyle has it. Gets it back in play to Warshaw. Warshaw through ball there. Wheeler trying to track it down. And touching it off to Roberts is Taintor. Have we ever seen Doyle not win a head ball?
Amazing control and amazing ability to pull those balls out of the air.
Look at Hughes right here. You know, it's interesting to watch the play right there as Skylar Thomas kind of discarded Bembo. And here's Johnson. Johnson working it hard. Johnson with an angle. And good job of just kicking it out of bounds. I think we have our
They're going
first.
to get a corner out of that.
Thomas running back there to save what could have been a shot. So our first corner of the night took until the second half to get it.
Toronto has not been particularly effective or impressive on their set pieces thus far tonight. This is an opportunity for them to make something.
So taking it off in the near corner is going to be Chris Manella, the midfielder. And one of those danger moments. Manella's going to hook this one right out in front. Nice look. Kicked out of there by Doyle. Headed up again. Sent out again. And now you're going to have Bembo tracking it down. Can he get to it? Not. But a good job of defending against the corner.
Again, Doyle right there in the middle to break things up.
Wesley Sharpie will put it back in play. Back to Manella again. Manella swings to Tantor. Ball taken there by Skylar Thomas. Thomas kind of the other major scoring threat out there again tonight. To reiterate what we said in the first half, Raheem Edwards, who's the leading scorer for this team, not here tonight. We're making no assumptions. He just might not be here, but looking for the through ball here, and Broom's going to be able to.
And Jose Barril not on the card tonight for City FC. That does make a little bit of a difference. They've played exceptionally well in his absence, but an accumulation of yellow cards caused him to be out of tonight's lineup. He's a spark plug for City FC. Did a tremendous job on Sunday night, both making plays, creating space, and creating opportunities.
Well, he's just Mr. Consistent every single game, and I mean, the way he hooks up with Johnson and Wheeler is just uncanny.
He has such a nose for the open space and the open man, and he really utilizes it very effectively.
We talk about the little guys here like Bembo, who's got it right now, and Bembo tries to hook one in, nice look. And also Wilson, both small guys. But you look at a guy like Barril. Barril's kind of a longer, lanky guy, but every bit as quick. I mean, he's just an unbelievable guy with the footwork.
A bigger body with the same quickness. That's a lethal combination.
Yep, he is. Can glide, can sprint. I was watching him out here practicing. He was in, not in obviously his uniform tonight. He was out here practicing beforehand, and just watching the little things he was working on with the coaches was just a learning experience for me. Now they got to push down the near side by Wesley Sharpie. Sharpie hooks it middle, right out in front. Look out. And that was a dangerous moment there.
That had trouble written on it. A long run, not closely marked, wide cross, just nobody there.
And it was chased down nicely there on the far side.
Soccer League may not be
take a look at this again. This
retransmitted,
was just unattended for a moment. We'll take a look at it a little bit later, but ball back in here now to Toronto. As Wesley Sharpie with it. Got a gorgeous night here at Clipper Magazine Stadium here in Lancaster. Just so much the opposite of 2 nights ago. We were sitting here, it was dreary, it was raining, and yet, you know, the mood of the people out here was, we don't care. We're here to see soccer.
They were having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, you had the cheering, the wild groups going on out here. Great fan section the other night.
Tonight, more fans show up, and they've been rewarded for their attendance. They've had a good match to watch thus far. City FC looking very good. Field in perfect condition. It just doesn't get too much better.
And the sun's going down. It's still nice and warm. Makes me think about the tea time for tomorrow. Oh, look at this. Here comes Wilson. And Wilson just on your tail all the time. And they're going to say Wilson a little bit too much on the tail that time. But Paul Wilson is just...
He's like a gnat, though. You know, he's just constantly whizzing around the ball, and he's got to drive those defenders crazy.
Well, you hate to think about it if you're the opposing player, but he's like your shadow. Everywhere you go, he goes. Here's Thomas again. Good head back to Hughes. Hughes is going to go over to Johnson. Johnson sees a man coming, kicks it out of there. Headed back upfield, be taken in the middle of the field by Adrian Daniels.
And he's constantly in motion. Yeah. I mean, he's never, ever slowing down.
No. All far side. Toronto trying to get something started here in the second half. They've really not had anything hook up so far. They had the one almost goal, and that's been it. Oh, good move there. Wesley Sharpie again. Wesley Sharpie trying to get it open. Wilson behind him. Ball taken near side to Luca Uccello. Good defense there by Harrisburg. Wilson's got it. Always fun to watch, like a highlight reel. Over to Bembo. Bembo sends it downfield. Was looking for Wheeler. Didn't quite hook up with him. Here's Wheeler anyway. And Wheeler's got a man to the outside. And it's going to be Thomas. Can Thomas chase
lots
it down?
of space.
Look at this. Thomas looking right now. One move. And now you're going to get Wilson. Sends it ahead to Warshaw. Warshaw, good concept, though. That's unselfish right there. Wilson could have lined that one up.
You wonder, though, if Wilson hadn't first timed that, if he might have beaten the keeper. That was a very, very nice play in from the side.
Good communication, though.
Good
He
communication.
had Warshaw coming in from behind with the forward momentum. But you're right. He might have had a shot right there. The one thing you know about Wilson is he commits right away. I mean, he commits to what he's going to do immediately. There's no hesitation for him. There goes down
There's a nice ball.
Far side. And going to be sent out of there by Bolduc. Like Bolduc got down there and said, what do I do with this? It's just one of those balls. Just what do I do with this?
There wasn't a lot of support, so I think he just said exactly that. Let me take a fly at it.
Yeah. So the ball swung back to Anthony Osorio. Osorio, nice look downfield. But again, what you're seeing here, a lot of long passes from Toronto, not really anything hooking up through the mid area.
You also recognize on the other side, Gary, when Wilson picks up the dribble, just how fast he is. He's got tremendous speed, is a very accurate passer, and is constantly looking either to create space or to find the open man. Generally, he's pushing it to a space and letting the player go there, but he really has an eye for the field when he's bringing it up, and he's bringing it up so fast. I mean, his speed is incredible.
You saw Shane Johnson just kind of walking off a little bit of a momentary injury. So back to the near side it comes to Taintor. There you see Bembo. Same kind of thing with Bembo. I mean, he's going to be on you constantly.
The Jamaica connection really marks up very tight. They love to cause trouble.
Well, they definitely are all over you. It's like they're minting these guys out in Jamaica. They're just quick, athletic, smart. I mean, these guys really have it all going on as far as soccer. They overthrow Wheeler this time. Ball taken there by Manella.
Wilson realized he almost had it there. He was.
When he gets it on this side of the field, look out. Now here's a good push this time from Osorio. He'll drop it off, and now it's taken back by City FC. And do you have a little bit of run going here? Off to the near side it comes to Mitchell Taintor. Taintor runs it out of there. Nice job. Gets Sharpie. Sharpie back to the middle. Good pass there. And another good one as they're mounting something here with Brian James. Not being marked terribly tight right now. And then there's a long look right there, headed back out. You see Thomas on it. Booted out by Hughes, and here comes Wilson. Look out. Just the stops and starts that he gives you. Tough to guard. Swinging back out to Bolduc.
City FC not pushing forward quite as quickly as they were previously, Gary. That support will really help them tremendously because that last cross went the whole way across the goal line. Nobody there.
So here they come down the far side again. Toronto. Shane Johnson, I think he's saying he tipped it off the Toronto player, and he wants the ball going the other way. And what's the official say?
Looks like he's going to get it.
Yeah, Shane Johnson was selling that call right away. You got a sale, Shane.
He made the sale.
Back to Hughes. Looking again for Wheeler. One thing we've not seen tonight is Wheeler's head involved in much, and a lot of that is because of the great passing on the field tonight, on the ground.
Especially with that wind, they kept the ball on the ground, and you may see a little bit of difference now because that big head of Wheeler helps them tremendously in the middle. 6'4", tremendous jumping ability, had a couple of great head shots the other night.
So here again, the bend but don't break offense here. They give you out to about the 30-yard mark, and then you're seeing a nice pickup here. Here's Johnson, kicks it to the corner, tipped up in the air. Going to be taken there by Wilson. Chasing down in the far corner is Manella. Manella staying with it. Fight out of there. Good defense by City FC. And then pinched out of there nicely. Is that Bolduc? And off it goes to Wheeler. Swings it back. Bolduc's got it. Back to the middle to Warshaw. Warshaw's going to take it back to Shane Johnson. Swings it over to Doyle. Doyle with a good move there, and then Doyle's on the ground again, but look out here. Johnson picks it back up. It's a dangerous moment. Warshaw, some room to run here. Warshaw's going to lead it ahead. He's got Bembo. Good play there by Taintor, and good fake by Taintor as well. Wesley Sharpie, rather. I said Taintor. Wesley Sharpie with it, number 32.
Nice little tackle there. Just turned around a good run.
61st minute we're in right now. Still 2-0. City FC leads it here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. They're home, away from home. FMB Park up in Harrisburg on City Island. Beautiful venue there as well. Saw Eric Pettis over here tonight, the president of City Islanders Soccer, and what a great job he does. That guy just bleeds blue and white here. I saw him. Doesn't have his scarf on tonight, though.
Shed it for the beautiful weather. But you're right, Eric Pettis loves the game and has created a real regional franchise here, and a lot of success and some great soccer.
And his wife just a treasure trove of information as well. She's been helping us out along the way. Really appreciate what she's doing.
She's terrific, and a family affair with their son on the sidelines tonight, but on the side for City FC. Great player in his own right.
So here comes DePrima into the game, and I think he's going to be checking in for Josh Hughes. And Hughes with a nice body of work tonight here. So Hughes checks out, gets congratulations from Bill Betcher and his staff. So Danny DePrima in there, the Dillsburg product.
Another local boy, plagued with some injuries the last couple of seasons, coming on strong this year. Started Sunday night, played exceptionally well. Back in the lineup tonight.
This is his third season with the Islanders. Last season he played 881 minutes. He scored 1 goal for the Islanders. Here's a long cross, nothing there. Sent back out by City FC. Blanes began his collegiate career at St. John's University before transferring to NC State University. Appeared in 31 matches with the Wolfpack. So here's Mr. Excitement there, 2 of them. Bembo and Wilson. Bembo with a chance to get it to the middle here. Watch this move. Oh, has it taken away. And the battle won in a, watch it, it's rare. Sharpie beating Bembo with the ball. Here's Wilson. Wilson says, give it right back, I'll take it for you. Instead, Wheeler, little through ball there. Wilson swings it far side. Got McLaws over there. McLaws going through now. If you ever watch basketball and you watch a cut offense, a 5-person cut, what they're basically doing is they're passing the ball, cutting through every single time. Except Doyle. Doyle says, I'll just be back here for defense. Thank you very much. Just really setting themselves up well there. A little slip this time. Look at Wheeler. Wheeler plowed right on through. Here comes Wheeler, and he's got Wilson to the middle. Might have had a better choice there passing to Wilson that time, and you're going to see a push down by Wheeler.
Wheeler not thrilled with that call.
But he says, I'm not arguing. I got it. Probably thinking, I've ended up in my keister a few times the last few nights. I owed some people that one. There's Bembo. Johnson touches it off to Brian James. Back over to Sharpie. James trying to line it up. Nothing home right now. Right back it goes to Thomas. Thomas. Short passing again, and Liam Fraser is in there now in the second half, number 63. First time we've seen his number tonight for Toronto. Dangerous time here. Get it out of there. Look out. And no one home in the far post, but still tracking it down is Toronto as Johnson's got it. He'll swing it back out here to Wesley Sharpie. Back to Johnson. Being checked in the corner there by Bembo, and then back, and Wilson's checking his man. Sent out one more time. Toronto with a little something going on here. Charlie, I know one of the things you talk about is don't get into that prevent defense kind of attitude.
Way too early for that.
Yep.
Keep pressing the attack and doing what you did that made your success thus far. 25
minutes left to go in this one, including later on the stoppage time, obviously. So the ball across the touchline will be taken there by City FC, and I'd like to see City FC get one or two more goals here.
A little insurance goal would be very, very nice here.
Always like to get those policies, right? As Thomas sends it out of there. Oh, and here's Wheeler trying to fight his way through, and Wheeler covers a lot of real estate with those long, lanky strides, doesn't he?
And trying to jump over the two defenders there. Had he done that, he would have been basically one-on-one with the keeper. So he worked hard for that. Didn't quite work out, but he had the right idea.
Imagine seeing that coming down on you if you're the keeper. Get into the game through the USL's social media channels and follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and yes, video highlights from across the league. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. And don't forget USLsoccer.com. Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about all 29 teams in the USL. And escape in an instant with the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play the new instant game, Escape to Margaritaville, and you could win top prizes of $100,000 or a luxury trip package. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux, and our entire Invicta crew up here. And into the game comes Mr. Scoring, Craig Foster. So now you've got the whole Jamaica connection in there with Foster, Bembo, and Wilson. And all three are Jets.
They are. Wheeler going to take a little bit of a break. Well-earned, well-deserved, but now you've got a potent combination up front. A lot of speed and a lot of strike ability.
There's Foster, and he can keep the heat on you all the time. Foster with 3 goals this season. You got Bembo with 4 up front there. And so you've got 7 goals between those two guys running side by side.
A lot of octane.
Adrian Daniels gets it over to the far side. Boy, you just feel the speed pick up when he comes into the game, and all 3 of them are up front. With Wheeler, you got the long, lanky, big guy. You're looking at a nice target. With these guys, as you said, you got a lot of high octane going on up front.
You're going to see much more of a speed game up front now, and I think that's what Coach Betcher wanted to do right there. Just change the pace a little bit. I think you thought they were beginning to lag just a little bit. You said, wanted to play prevent defense. They weren't exactly, but they didn't quite have the speed and aggressiveness that they had early in the first half. I think he looked to make a change that we'll see how it works.
Well, you certainly give a different speed here. And, you know, he may have sensed a little, what was the word used the other night? Lethargy?
Lethargy.
So here come the three of them again. And don't think that Quillen Roberts isn't aware of that, too.
And they're looking. I mean, those through balls right there, they're looking for the opportunities.
Yep. Yeah, a whole different dynamic now. You sacrifice the size for maybe a little bit more speed up front.
Yeah, you're not going to see those big lofting crosses anymore. You're going to see nice short passes, and we'll see what they were able to make of them.
Foster, of course, last season with 8 points for this City FC team, 2 goals. He's already got 3 this year. Bembo trying to catch up to it, not going to get it. Set back out by Liam Fraser. Now you got a little bit of a run coming up here and straight ahead. And Broom says, I'll pick it up, thank you very much. And Broom's got big foot. Watch this, because he's got the wind behind him here, unless he decides to roll it out. He said big foot. There it is.
That's a heck of a punt.
We're not talking about the guy with all the hair on him. That was just a really nice shot out of there. And just instant field position. Oh, nice look. Just trying that chip shot. Wilson is so good with that little chip shot ahead. He was looking for Foster there in the middle.
No question about where they want to go right now.
Let Foster get one-on-one down there, and Foster always just lurking. You can't overemphasize the dynamic and the change in the dynamic where you're looking for Wheeler's head all night long, and now you're looking for Foster's speed and getting him one-on-one with somebody.
They're going to look to create a lot of space. I don't know that they'll be pushing it to the corners quite so much as they were before. I think you're going to come to the middle a lot more now with Foster in there than they did when Wheeler was on board.
Gorgeous night here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Just a great night for soccer. And look at this lead ahead by Warshaw. You got a lot of room to run here. Good look. Nice job by Roberts getting right in position. Quillen Roberts on top of it. Which you sense too a little bit, Charlie. Maybe you correct me on this if I'm wrong, but with all the checking they're doing on the 3 guys up front, the Jamaican trio, all of a sudden guys like McLaws and maybe Warshaw get a little bit unattended.
And that's where the pressure is going to come from the middle, opens up the touch lines, and you've already seen that, a couple of opportunities out on the wings.
Here's one out on the wing to Wesley Sharpie. He got it off to a new guy into the game, Sal Bernal. Back over to Sharpie. Sharpie making a move. A lot of east and west traveling tonight by Toronto, but not north and south so much. Luca Uccello. Nice little chip shot. And the miss look that time. That was Luca Uccello trying to get the clear. And here's Foster fighting it out. Here goes Foster.
And he comes up with it. And now you've got a lot of white jerseys ahead.
Oh, and Wilson just slipped out there. Liam Fraser. All the way across it goes. Far side. We're in the 73rd minute of this one. Chip far side. It's going to come over to Sharpie.
We talked about Broom Kiesel in goal for City FC tonight, Gary. I do not believe he's had a save yet. I mean, he's just not had to handle many shots, and they really have not had much scoring opportunity. Long run up the touchline here.
Liam Doyle in rare area down here in the offensive side. Yeah, Kiesel Broom has had a really kind of a quiet night again.
Effectively a shutout on Sunday night, although there was a goal put on the board, an own goal. But not any real challenges of him tonight.
I want to thank our Vicar crew tonight for all these great pictures you're seeing throughout the evening. Nighttime has come here to Clipper Magazine Stadium. Beautiful Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
And still very balmy here at Clipper Stadium.
Yes, it is. I've got shorts on tonight. And I'll tell you what, very comfortable.
You got to make the guy in the suit feel bad. That's your main role here
You look
tonight.
very sharp, though. Very nattily dressed tonight, I might add. If GQ was here tonight, you'd be on the front cover.
If I had wheels, I'd be a bus.
Kieselbroom says, no, I think I'll just kick it out of here again. I have a pretty good foot. They got the wind behind me. Let's put it down on the ground this time, and let's see what I can do with it. Here he goes. And right over the back comes Mitchell Taintor, using his size to get over Wilson. Oh, McLaws with a good move here. Good touch pass off. New number in the game there, Danny DePrima, obviously. Now the push. Bembo trying to check his man there. Back the middle it goes to Adrian Daniels. Daniels swings it near side, back over to Sharpie. And up comes Bulldog. Sharpie puts it between his legs, and Bulldog comes back behind him and takes him down.
It's that old basketball move, guy. The little dribble between the defender's legs.
A little pushing out of there by Luca Uccello, and you're going to have the official walk over and have a little chat with him.
No card,
No,
but a little conversation.
Little proactive officiating, if you will. He says, Luca, don't want you to sleep with the fishes tonight, so make sure that you play it the right way. Using my Luca Brazzi Godfather analogy there.
Luca Brazzi, who in real life was a gangster.
That's right. Wanted to get a real guy for the Godfather.
That was typecasting as good as it got.
Oh, here we go. Got a headshot right there at it.
Beautiful
just
shot.
Over the
Beautiful
top.
shot.
Yep, good look to the far side. And that was the big guy we talked about a little bit ago, Taintor, using his size, and they had a good concept on that.
That was a nice set piece and a good quality shot off the head of the Toronto.
So Toronto, a young team that looks like they've got all kinds of potential, don't they?
They certainly have the personnel. They haven't yet put it all together, and City FC is just a little bit ahead of them in terms of being cohesive, working as a unit, making all the gears mesh. But there's no question that Toronto has the personnel, and it'll come. Maybe the weather, maybe some other things, but it'll come together for them.
And you watch this team, and it's a great point you made, Charlie, because you watch City FC, and there's as you watch the game subtly, there's just a level of maturity there in terms of the things they're doing and the things that Toronto's doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go out on a limb, Gary. I'll say this is a playoff team we're watching. I really believe that. They've really put it together over the course of the past couple of weeks. If they continue to play in the vein they have been, it's a playoff team.
Well, and you've played soccer. You played at Messiah, and you know what it's like. You get the feel for where your teammates are at, and there's almost that sixth sense of, I know where they're going to be all the time, and I know what I can do, and I know everybody knows their role, and they play within themselves, and all of a sudden you got something special.
And there's a tremendous confidence that comes from that, and when you're confident, you play more aggressively. When you play more aggressively, you create more opportunities. When you have more opportunities, you score more goals, and voila.
There it is. The knee bone's connected to the ankle bones, connected to the foot bone, you know, the whole thing. And they all have to work together to work, period.
I was on a roll there.
You were, like butter. Now in the 77th minute of this one, still 2-0. As City FC leads Toronto here, and now here's Wilson.
This will be fun.
And Wilson, look at the far side.
Great
He's got
ball.
Bembo. Now,
great ball.
There it comes, right back to Wilson. Oh, and there's Taintor again. Taintor uses that size very well in the middle.
And that's where maybe being slightly short of stature costs you a little bit.
Exactly.
Because they had the right idea.
Yeah, if you have Wheeler right there against Taintor, now you got yourself
Different
a matchup.
story.
You can see Toronto really picking up the speed right now, that little sense of urgency that.
Come to the corner.
Bulldog doing a nice job here. Bulldog trying to save it, can't do it, goes across the touchline. Matthew Bulldog, one of those guys that does the unmentionables all night long, puts on the hard hat and goes to work.
Very quote-unquote quiet player, but very effective getting the job done consistently without any errors, day in, day out.
Well, you look at all the roles. I mean, you've got the thoroughbreds up front there, the guys that get their numbers called a lot, and then you got the guys like Bulldog back there, McLaws. You got a guy like Liam Doyle.
Yeah, and Liam
Shane
Doyle,
Johnson.
kind of an unsung hero.
Yeah.
You know, one of the anchors of that back line, and they've done a tremendous job tonight. As I say, I don't think that Kiesel has had to handle a shot in goal tonight. they've been very effective, the defense.
Then you got the human highlight reel there in the middle, and Wilson, and of course Bembo, and Cal Foster in there, and of course got to mention Wheeler, who's been just absolutely hot lately.
Wheeler has been a goal-scoring machine in the last couple of games, and again, City FC playing without Jose Barril tonight, who has been a highlight reel guy for the last several games.
I'll tell you who's played a really solid second half here has been this Mitchell Taintor for Toronto. Been a real rock back there.
Solid.
Problem is, he's just swinging the ball an awful lot and not able to really get a whole lot started, but I think he's been very good defensively.
But that does say a lot about the defense of City FC. They have been very effective in shutting down whatever attack Toronto could mount. We talked about before the match the fact that Toronto's had some trouble scoring goals, but Harrisburg has been very effective in just shutting down any opportunity for them.
What's City doing that you didn't see him doing, let's say, 3-4 games ago?
Much more aggressive on offense, really pushing the action, creating a lot more opportunities, and defensively not making any real mistakes.
Right.
Early on, they would make little mental errors, little miscommunications, little slight errors that cost them. They haven't done that in the last couple of games at all.
And we heard Nick Noble's name a lot more. Here's some great footwork here. Bembo keeping it alive. Bembo's going to bring it right back out. He was trying to get Warshaw.
He was looking. You know, came all the way across the box there, and Toronto was a little nervous.
There's McLaws. Good move there by McLaws, and then the little spin. He knew exactly what he's doing. There's what we're talking about, knowing what the guy's going to do right away. Made that little kind of reverse pivot move. Oh, there's Thomas again. Good anticipation by Thomas. Thomas keeps on going through. Bulldog looking. Bulldog trying to keep it right here, trying to find a place to go. He's going to slide, get in front.
Oh, there it was.
Boy, they had Foster just for the moment. Just for the moment, and good defense there by Toronto.
Going to get a corner out of this, Gary. I think that's the first one for City FC tonight. But that was a beautiful play.
I think we have only 2 corners all night long. But that was a good piece of defense that time by Skylar Thomas.
It really was, because Wilson was coming through, and it was right there.
So there's Bembo. And normally Barril is the guy that takes the kicks in the corner, but it's going to be Bembo tonight. Who's going out of the game now, actually. And in comes Brett Jankowskis, another big body in there in the middle. So now you add that height feature again.
And another Central Pennsylvanian, Gary, leading once again to say that City FC has created a regional team.
Right out in front. Now the kick out of there. So the ball being controlled here by Toronto as you start to see that defense pack in a little bit more now at the 82nd minute of this game. I don't think, again, a lot of stoppage time at all. There's another cross. Good defense, good marking on the far side.
Yeah, if it goes as it does right now, they should hardly have any at all. They'll have a little bit, but probably not more than a minute.
So a second corner kick coming up now, and you don't want too many of those coming for Toronto. Only 2 corner kicks in this game. 1 on the other side for City FC. So there you go. Send it to the middle, headed back out of there. Was that Thomas again?
I believe it was.
Look at Thomas. Just comes down, takes it away then, and then forces the kick out. That was just unbelievable.
It's going to be their throw.
Great job by Thomas again. Just a jet coming out of the corner, challenging the kick, and then kicking it off the Toronto player to get it for his team. And now he'll throw it in.
Another substitution for Toronto.
Coming into the game now for Toronto is Robert Boskovic. And there's Foster heading it out of there. So back it comes to Skylar Thomas. Will set things up. Now you see the defense starting to pack it in a little bit more.
Just 7 minutes left in regulation, and the defense is starting to pack it in a little bit, as they should.
Ball to Luca Uccello. Swung by Liam Fraser, far side. Taken again by Thomas over there. Nothing home right now. Finally, you get it to the middle, and then you see an umbrella kind of collapse around Sean Hundle in the middle. Oh, good try at the through again. Great defense, and then the clear. Trying to get it down here with dangerous there. Quillen Roberts came out. Man, if he misses that, Foster's right there.
Lights out.
There's Liam Fraser kicking it out far side, looking for his man out there. Good long kick. Being checked by McLaws. Good move to the middle. Look out. And over the top. The shots they're getting, that was a lot of mustard on that one, but again, a little far out.
And Quillen Roberts, as you say, came off his line by about 20 yards. He had to make that play or he would have been in real trouble.
Well, I'll tell you, if he misses that or he chips it or he slips or anything else, it's a goal. As Foster was living right there.
Right there.
Minute number 85. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. There you saw Jankowskis trying to get it. Long look down near side, not going to go across the touchline, and City FC will have it. Thomas going to throw it in. Long high arc there, trying to get it to Foster, who was sandwiched in among three guys.
Under 5 in regulation now, and Harrisburg in no particular hurry.
There's another high look. Trying to get it to Wilson, who was the smallest guy in that pack. Talk about a bush in amongst the trees. Good control there by Bulldog. Let's see what this call is.
We're going to get a card here.
They're going to call it on Bulldog, I think. And I'm not exactly sure why on that one. Now you're going to get another card right here, I think. Or are you? A little push there on the way by. Right in front of the official. I'm not sure that's exactly what you want to do, is push a guy's head right in front of the official. So Bulldog with the first card of the night. Yellow card and Matthew Bulldog. That's the third yellow card of the evening. Back to Tainter, near side. Minute number 87 we're in now. Nice job there again by Liam Doyle. Well, you could see Hundle just wanted to get underway, and Doyle said, not now.
Doyle has been solid as a rock.
There's another look right out in front, and again, Doyle. You know, what's interesting in the other games we've called, Nick Noble, who was the goalkeeper in there, you heard his name called a lot. You don't hear Kiesel Broom's name called at all.
They haven't challenged him. They really have not. Another corner coming up here.
Ball's going to be sent by Uccello. Long, high arc. Head out of there by Shane Johnson. Taken by FC and then booted it downfield. Good job.
Big cross, although not much arc underneath it, and cleared long.
You made a remark in the first half. They haven't done a lot with their set pieces tonight at all.
They really haven't. That's a place where they could do some work, because those are things you can practice relatively easily, and their set pieces have been not potent at this point.
They do lead in corners tonight, 3-1. There's our Sharpie. Back to the middle. Another nice high head, and that's going to be over the top. So the shots they're getting are kind of harmless, long looks. You got plenty of time to react to them right now.
No challenge at all on that.
Minute number 88. It's 87-35 into this one, and Bill Betcher down there allowing himself just a momentary smile.
Another substitution for City FC.
But that's going to be Matthew Bulldog going out and Shane Campbell into the game. Shane Campbell, Penn State University grad, soccer player there. Now you're just in a delay game, so to speak. Here's Foster. Chased down there by Skylar Thomas again. Oh, and another look. Going to be taken there by Roberts. As we are coming up on the 89th minute played. We'll be in the final minute of regulation time in just a moment.
And Shane Campbell, yet another local product from your hometown there, Gary, York, PA.
Yep. So again, nice mix of international players, local players. That's what makes this kind of special.
Yeah, it really does. And for a team that's trying to develop a position in people's minds as a regional team, to have so many local players from throughout the mid-state really is important. And they've all made significant contributions to this City FC side.
And Fraser trying to find his man out in the wing. Oh, you got a corner turn there and then a high look. And
over the end line, I think.
We're going to get it over the end line and be kicked out of there now by Kiesel Broom, as we are 23 seconds away from regulation ending.
And we don't think we're going to see a lot of stoppage tonight. Maybe a minute or two, but not a whole lot, I don't think.
Dante Leverock about to come into the game, and he's going to come in for Paul Wilson. And Wilson gets a well-deserved congratulations from the assistant coaches and from Bill Betcher.
And a nice hand from the fans. He worked very, very hard tonight.
And he had that rocket shot into the top of the net in the first half that really vaulted this team out to its 2-0 lead.
He began the scoring, and it held up from there.
And he and Wheeler tonight with the 2 goals in this one, and they have been rock solid defensively here tonight. And Shane Johnson pushing down on that one. So now it's stoppage time. So Johnson with a foul there, and you're going to get a chance here for Toronto. Good high arc. And Broom, the first save he's really had to take tonight.
Made it cleanly.
Played it the whole way. Here you see a good look at Kiesel Broom, formerly of the New York Cosmos.
And as we've said all along, if you played for Pele's team, you had to have something on the ball.
Here you see Leverock. Dante Leverock into the game now. Seeing some moments here tonight. Well, they've done it in style tonight, Charlie. City FC. They really have looked sharp in every aspect of the game.
Came out, executed their game plan exactly as they wanted to, controlled the action, pushed forward from the very start, scored early, held up the lead, didn't make mistakes on defense, and are going to come out of this with a shutout.
And you're not surprised by this, really. I mean, this is a team, like we said, they are really starting to make some moves right now. As you saw Jankowskis there into the game just a moment ago, down there kind of checking things out.
They're going to climb in the standings, pick up 3 tonight, and go on the road with an opportunity to really do a lot more.
And they've got some tough games coming up on the road, but games that they can win. They've shown they can play with the top teams in the league. So it's going to be, you know, with designs of maybe being one of the top teams in the league before they get all done. Tonight marks the first third of the season now down.
Yeah, and an unfortunately slow start for City FC, but they've made up for it in spades here in the last couple of matches and really have something going on. Even in those matches, the one that we did at City Island,
right,
where they gave up a lead and ended up with a tie, they looked very good. And they had a lot of cohesiveness among their players. One little mental lapse cost them a lot, but the rest of the match, they played exceptionally well.
Now you're going to get a foul called against City FC. Bill Betcher looking out there and saying, what was that?
And we are down to the short strokes of stoppage.
So here we are, and winding on down. Nice crowd tonight for a weekday night here on a beautiful Tuesday evening. So glad that you decided to join us here tonight on Invicta for this USL soccer match. Don't get sloppy here now, guys. And there it is. Goal.
So much for my pronouncement about a shutout, Gary.
Yeah. And there was the breakdown.
That's
right
exactly
there.
what we've spoken about. And, it's not going to cost them tonight, most likely, but it's unfortunate. It really is that those little temporary lapses. I mean, you called it before the shot got taken,
Sean, was it Brian James? Take a look at this. Staking his way through is Brian James, and Brian James gets a free look.
And look at the number of defenders he waltzed through there, Gary.
Yep.
You had 6 white jerseys surrounding him, and he still managed to get through and get an open shot on goal.
So he scores like 10 seconds before this game's over, and Brian James with the lone goal for Toronto. So still tonight, a 2-1 win for City FC. Maybe just a bit tinged there at the end by allowing that one goal, but a 2-1 win nevertheless. 3 points tonight, the first time in a month that they have, and you could see coming out of there, Kiesel Brooms talking to himself. He wanted the shutout badly.
Yeah, and he deserved it. That's really unfortunate. A little tiny blemish, as you say, with 10 seconds left in the match, kind of putting a little dent on a beautiful vehicle tonight, because City FC played an outstanding match, followed the game plan just about to perfection, and walk away with a well-deserved and much-needed win. The first time back-to-back threes, and they're going to climb in the standings and continue to do so.
Yeah, they sure are. There you see Bobby Warshaw coming off, and I think everybody just has a little sour taste in their mouth by that final goal. Yet the big one is you came out with a big win tonight, and that's the main point, and 3 points.
A W is still a W.
Let's take a look at the highlights for tonight. And here we go. And this is the first half where the sun was still shining here, and there we thought was a goal by Sean Hundle, but it was not. It was called offsides. You'll see it again here, and they say no, it was offside. You saw the.
He did have the flag up there right away. So
now, here comes the best goal of the night. Here's Paul Wilson. He saw right away that just that quick a glimmer that the keeper was up. Quillen Roberts was up, and I'll watch it again. Watch it just a moment. He sees it right here. Look up. He saw it. Boom, right over the top, and just had enough on it to put it underneath the bar. And then here was a great call by Wheeler. Wheeler doesn't look like he's going to make a move, and then all of a sudden, boom, just turns on you. He looked like he was going east and west, and I think if you were Roberts, you were probably not quite ready to receive the shot yet. Here he comes. Look at this turn. And I mean, that was a jet, and it had a little hook on it going by. And then late in the game, I see Bulldog right here. Getting a good look, not going to go, but a nice shot by Bulldog. One of a number of good shots here tonight. Here was a set piece, long and wide. The headshot just missing on the outside by Toronto.
One of their more effective set pieces. We say they struggled a little bit tonight with their set pieces. That was a beauty.
And there's James, coming in, and the last goal, 10 seconds before we ended the half.
And you see the keeper, not a happy man on that.
No, Kiesel Broom saying, what's going on here? Look at this. He went 1, 2, 3. Literally 4 guys that he went between there at the end. Too many guys thinking about the end of the game, and you still had 10 seconds to go. And yet, 2-1 is the final score here tonight. That final 2-1, Harrisburg over Toronto. Well, we thank you so much for joining us here this evening. It's been a lot of fun. To Chad Edwards, our producer tonight, and to all of our Invicta crew, great job here this evening. To all the people at Clipper Magazine Stadium, Molly, and the crew here that provided the stats for us tonight. We appreciate all that. And to you for watching tonight, and also my partner, Charlie Giroux. It's been a good night for Harrisburg. They now move up into 8th place. 8th, again, at the end of the season is part of the playoffs. We think they're going to go a lot further than 8th place. But, Charlie, thanks so much. Good working with you again tonight.
Great to be with you, Gary. It's a lot of fun. I hope that everybody that's watching comes out on the 24th of June to City Island to see the City FC side take on FNB Stadium that night. Great opportunity to see great soccer.
Actually, we're going to look ahead a little bit here, and I think the 21st we play again, and also the 24th. And on the 21st, City's going to go up against, my lights aren't on here tonight, but we got Montreal. That'll be a 7 o'clock out at FMB. And then on the 24th, they'll be going up against Charlotte. So
my bad. I had the 24th, the 21st. Come out the 21st,
well,
even better.
21st and 24th. You got a lot of games. We'll be right there. We'll be bringing those games to you here on Invicta. Thanks again to everyone tonight. Hope you enjoyed the soccer this evening. Once again, City FC 2, Toronto 1. Have a good night, everyone.
Friday telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.